right, the album starts with Baptized in Violence, and that must be one of our most over-the-top song ever. I think every fucking knob is turned on 11 on that one, and it's basically 80 seconds of pure madness. It's when you realize it's a song, then it ends. So it's basically like an intro, but it is actually a real song. When you listen to the album, it makes perfect sense that it opens up the album, but it was never intended to be the opening track. I believe even Johan wanted it to be a bonus track or something. It wasn't the grand plan to sort of open it with this fucking 80-second grindcore song. So there was actually even a first master CD where the first track was, I think it was Motor Death or Let the Hammering Begin, but I think after a couple of days, I think I texted the guys in the middle of the night, said we need to open with Baptized because it doesn't make sense to have it in the middle of the album. So it became the opening track.
It was very cool with the sticks and the
counting.
Exactly.
You start up with a feedback, 16 stick counting, and then it's like, and fucking cool introduction, like a statement or a war cry, you know. So it's cool shit. Well done, man.
Thanks, man. And I remember my goal was to make the song less than a minute, but Henrik couldn't make the fast,
tempo.
Yeah, exactly. We were, aiming for 240 BPMs or something, but it was too much, man. Too much metal. No, but it turned out really good. 80 seconds of pure madness. And lyric-wise, it's about a serial killer, of course, which have the nickname El Psicopata, a maniac from South America. So yeah, it's pure insanity. Let the Hammering Begin, the second song of the album. What can I say about that? Magnus wrote it, all riffs, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was like a tribute to Jeff Hanneman. Some of the riffs, anyway, the beginning, I think. And I wrote the lyrics, and it's a really good song. One of my favorites from the album. It has a really great vibe throughout the whole song. A couple of insane fast riffs, and then a heavy break within the middle. And
that's heavy, the mid part.
Yeah, it's really heavy, and it's a lot of Slayer, and but with a crown sound to it. So it's like really brutal death metal versus thrash element, which works out really perfect. So it's a really good song, I think, and a great second song.
I think the whole structure of the song is picked up from Angel of Death.
Yeah.
So it kind of
it's arranged like
it's arranged. No rip-offs, no similar riffs. Just the basic
structure and arrangement.
Really cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, it's a good one. It will definitely end up on our live set 2027 when we play live.
Yeah,
something like that. So it's a good one.
Fallen desperados at the lowest of the low, lurking and waiting to kill. Born from the darkest evil, cornered, stones up, where the crushed.
Next track, Motor Death, was one of the fastest songs we ever recorded on guitar, I think.
There's a reason to it, I can explain.
Yeah, it's gonna come later. When we started to rehearse it was already very fast, so we had to make sure the arm was working in the rehearsals and stuff like that. And eventually, when we entered the studio, the drums were already recorded. So they just told me, "Oh fuck, we did it too fast. We actually recorded the song faster than we rehearsed."
Yeah.
It was like, is that even possible? Are we going to make it work? And it was kind of intense, but I think the riffs were so good in the rhythmics, so we did it quite easy anyway.
I think we rehearsed it 195 BPMs.
Yeah.
And in the studio, we just did a song that was 210, and then we just continued. But Fredrik forgot or something to adjust
Use
the
the same,
metronome.
use
So
the
we
same
just continued
BPMs.
with 210 BPMs. I remember when I was sort of laying down the tracks for Hendrik, I was like, shit, this is too fast, you know.
Yeah.
But after lots of super black coffee,
Yeah, I think so.
we got through it.
But things would have been easier if we would have simplified the riff that Magnus wanted.
We changed the riff back and forth.
It was like
Is
the
the,
riff in
is the chorus or?
No, it's a verse thing, I think.
Yeah.
Because the
Pre-chorus
verse,
It was like
Very
something like that.
punkish version.
Magnus hates when a song doesn't go 4/4. Because this one goes 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3. So he hates that kind of shit. So he had the idea to simplify it, but no, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So we went with that original structure, and it became the first single video, and we shot it at Robin's place, as you can see in the video. It's pretty nice. So
My living room. Yeah.
it's actually sort of a cultural building here in Trollhättan. I don't know what the hell they're doing there.
The sign of living fast, stuck a breath, dodging the wheels of speed. In goodness gracious, I am the high almighty.
Alright, then we have Ultra Faust, the really strange title. And in a sense it's maybe a bit typical Magnus. He is a bit of a word magician in a way. He combines some words that your first impression is like, what the fuck does that mean, you know? But then you let it sink in, and then it becomes the coolest thing you ever heard. But Ultra Faust, so it starts out this sludgy, almost Morbid Angel stuff, and Robin added a melody, and you came up with a church bell thing, and just added more feel to it, you know? What's an album without a church bell, you know?
Yes, and a horse.
And thunders, and horse, and explosions.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this song has everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all kinds of sections you can ask for, you know, in a death metal song. You have the slow parts, you have the insane fast stuff, and also a middle part that it's very, you know, dynamic and So it's very typical of the Crown, but in a very fresh take.
Ultra Faust, fucking punk. Ultra Faust, love is fury, endless strife. Ultra Faust, never
Right, after 4 pretty brutal songs, we take it down, and it's Glorious Hades. It's one of those heavy fuckers, and ever since a few albums back we have tuned down to C. So where do you go from C? So you need to tune down even more when you go heavy. So we drop down to semitones, and I believe it's B minor, the E string is B minor, and pretty fucking heavy, you know, but in the same time fast kick drums in the background. And I must say, Mr. Lindstrand's best vocal performance ever I heard. I think it's fucking spot on. I remember when we tracked the vocals, it was like goosebumps, you know? So it's so well thought out, and all the articulations and stuff like that. It's just perfect. And song is heavy, cool mid part, has a little battery feel to it. And believe it or not, we have a sound of a horse in the mid part. And it only took me 20 years to figure out how to use the sound of a horse. So
it took you 20 years to figure out how to bring the horse into the stage.
Yeah, that was the next challenge, you know. So, but it worked. I kidnapped the horse, and it was all good.
This is also a great memory from the studio, or great, but
this song was
kind of bad memory for you because it was too fast. Also,
the song was very. I mean, we rehearsed it. I mean, much slower than on the album. Yeah. So I had this. I sat down to arrange these solo parts, real good, at home, comfortable. And it was, I really put time into making a good melody solo thing. And it was like, when you go to the studio, you're gonna, nail it. It was like, what the fuck? The song is too fast. So I had these small shrimps in there that just, what the fuck? So a couple of takes extra.
I remember that. Yeah. You were suffering, man.
And
Yeah, I remember seeing the blackness in your eyes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, well,
Fuck it, I'm
not
leaving the
met with
band.
this guy, man.
The glorious sanctum, arena digital power, the rising of the pure, and within the fist, the blood of the innocent. The glorious sanctum,